Because this is, of course, a Prime Vault Unsealed, a Prime Vault opening, whatever they want to call it these days, it literally just says Prime Vault. It doesn't say whether it's an unsealing, unvaulting. They change it so often, it's really kind of getting slightly annoying these days because they can't even decide what they're calling their own events these days. But the biggie to all of this starts in the picture right above Banshee's head, so you can see it a little bit better. The Piranha, we've kind of had that recently. Don't know why he's just bringing that, but whatever. A Prime Sentinel. As it stands right now, there is no Prime Sentinel available in-game. You can get relics. You can trade for relics, you can trade for parts, you cannot obtain new relics to go out farming for it because every Prime Sentinel is currently vaulted. Since Ash went in 4-5 months ago, more than that, when Ash was vaulted, took Death Cube with him and there hasn't been another one since. This is why everybody keeps expecting the next Prime that comes out to come out with a Sentinel. So it's kind of a big deal the Sentinel is there. Now Mirage is a good frame. Banshee, I would say Banshee is an acceptable frame. Mirage is better. Out of these two, Mirage is better. Is anybody actually going to disagree with me on this one? It all comes down to nothing more than opinion. And I'm aware before anybody even mentions it, it's not the Piranha Prime, it's the Euphona Prime. Because there will be two different packs if you want to go down that route of this, and there will be the Banshee Prime pack that's going to bring the Euphona Prime, Banshee Prime obviously, and Helios Prime that will come with the Deconstructor Prime, which is the prime weapon for a Sentinel. When you build a Prime Sentinel, you get the weapon with it. Counting it in here as something that you can farm for seems kind of insulting. Yes, I'm ignoring the accessories for now. Mirage, however, comes with the Kogake Prime and the dual-wielding Akbolto Prime. That is kind of big because the dual-wielding Boltos are actually pretty decent. I would still rather have the Piranha, which is why every time I see this I always think it's a Piranha. It's not, it's the Euphona. That is what everybody expected to come. Oh no, was that when everybody expected it to be the Magnus and it turned out to be the Euphona? Or was that when the Piranha came? Doesn't work like the Piranha, sadly, which is a bit of a shame because that weapon is amazing. So with Mirage, obviously, Kogake Prime, dual-wielding Akbolto Prime, Prime accessories-wise, well, you can see Banshee's as a Syandana and the Prime Sentinel accessories. Mirage's, on the other hand, is a Syandana, the Abbera Prime Syandana, and the armor to go with it. The Atavist, Prime armor. Well, I would take one guess, and sorry about the colours, obviously I didn't go in and kind of update Banshee, but the Syandana, you can see it on Banshee looking quite... I do like it. More importantly, I like the effect that it has. The fact that it kind of has a moving element to it that is much better than some other Prime related things that don't do anything. It's also not too long, it's not too short. Why is this snow kind of falling in the background here? I'm not imagining that, am I? She does not have frostfall on her, but for some reason there is frost flakes falling from the sky. As expected, I kind of expected this. You can see the armor much better here. The leg plates, the shoulder plates, the chest plate. It really does go well on Mirage Prime. As does the Syandana, which I didn't think would actually be on her. Mind you, same goes for Banshee. I didn't expect her to be wearing the Syandana either. And sadly, because I know somebody is going to ask this, the armor for Mirage, no physics. Doesn't move. When you crouch, doesn't do anything. Running around, doesn't do anything. It does on the Syandana, on her back. The bits that are sticking off the back, they move. But the armor, no. Weirdly enough, for some reason, Helios is also wearing the same armor. But I will point this out. Different colouring options available on the tail, on the wings, on the mask. Because when you buy them, they will look like this. Don't get me wrong, they still look nice like that. I'm just glad there was lots of different colouring zones available on these. Otherwise, it would have just been a rather gold shiny thing floating around the screen. And that can be kind of distracting at times. Sometimes. The rest of it you can get in game. In case you didn't know, because at this point pretty much everybody does, the Prime Vault opening means that relics will be dropping in-game once again for whatever comes during a Prime unvaulting. That would be Banshee Prime, Mirage Prime, the Euphona Prime, the Kogake Prime, the dual-wielding Akbolto Primes, Helios Prime, and his Deconstructor. Considering the two are one item, you build Helios, you will get the Deconstructor Prime at the same time. Remembering, of course, when they do return on February the 15th at 2 PM ET. Oh look, they do know how to give time for updates. I was wondering after the last update came at about 3 hours earlier than they normally update things and then didn't tell anybody about it, but on February the 15th at 2 PM ET, Banshee Prime, Mirage Prime, their relics will be leaving the vault, so you can farm for those relics, get them while they can, but there's no great rush. Remember, you should have 3 months, if not more, until they are re-entering the vault. How the Prime Vault goes from here is still a question after the whole resurgence thing, but usually the Prime Vault was changing every 3 months, which means you've got at least 3 months before they've gone. But even when they're gone, they will return. It's just the relics that are going to go, not the actual Prime frames. You can still build them. You can still farm them if you have the relics. It just means in the meantime, you can farm the relics and get them for around 3 months. But with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.